Greetings, and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to Spyro Enter the Load Times. It's episode 11, and we're kicking off with a minigame.
Spyro, the Riptocs have invaded our land and are constructing turret factories to destroy the monastery.
Hello, Spyro. I'm a voice actor in this video game. I want you to help me with this quest. Can you do that?
Destroy the Riptoc turret factories?
Alright, so once again, we are playing in a Spitfire, and, I don't know, it's pretty much the same. I think you can drop bombs now? No, we can't. Okay, so it's the same controls. And you gotta be careful about those turrets, because they will knock your ass out of the sky, so you really do want to be careful. Our goal here is to destroy these very obvious-looking factories with those roofs. I know, it's like, I saw a director in like a documentary once. He was talking about there's like the scene in this movie where there's like these boulders that the protagonists need to lift to get away from the bad guy, and he basically told the people to reduce it down to the most obvious symbol of what it's supposed to be, so that people will look at it and immediately know what it's supposed to be. And he said, said Looney Tune boulders, basically. Make it look like it's straight out of Looney Tunes. That's pretty much what these factories are. They just, like, you think factory and they did the most obvious thing with them. Yeah, but the goal here is just to destroy the factories, and it's pretty easy, honestly. I mean, this area's not too big. The enemies are pretty ineffective. It's actually easier than to defend the palace mission we played earlier.
Great job, Spyro. Here, I found this
dragonfly for you.
Why don't
Please
you take
it.
Hey, it's John.
I wonder if Mandy is made of wood.
The Riptocs just keep rebuilding their factories, so feel free to go destroy them anytime you like.
Well, what was the point of destroying them to begin
Destroy
with?
the Riptoc turret factories?
Ah, whatever, I don't care.
Okay, come back later if you can help us out.
Ugh, man. By the way, you guys should be happy I'm keeping these load times in for you, because, the problem with video games nowadays is that they just load too quickly, and you just don't have enough time to catch your breath, so. Yeah, I mean, to be clear, these load times last like a fucking minute. It's pretty boring. Thankfully, because this game is mostly based around, like you're in one big level for a long period of time and you really have to go through portals and stuff. It's like, come on. There we go. That keeps happening. It must be like a thing when you load through the portal, like immediately after the controls don't kick in or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But we're pretty much done with this level at this point. We've just got one more mini game to play, and it's a pretty straightforward one. Fun one, actually. I would even say that most of the mini games in Enter the Dragonfly actually aren't that bad. Like, they're nothing super fun or anything, but I can't think of anything as bad as hockey from the second game, or as bad as Yeti boxing from the third game. So, it's just, you take what you can get. And I do think level design-wise it was kind of interesting to have this little area in the back after you finish looping around. So this minigame, have we played a slide before? I feel like we have. But this is the first one I think we're going to be seeing. And so it's pretty straightforward. Like, if you've played... Oh, God! I need a coffee or something. If you played Super Mario 64, you know what's going down here. Let this monkey explain.
Welcome to our ancient slide, Spyro. Get to the bottom before time runs out. Sliding between flags will give you more time. If you can make it to the bottom in time, I'll have a special prize for you. Ride the slide.
Alright, so this is the peaceful slider, and I feel like it's not that far removed from, like, Sand Hill from Sonic Adventure, which I can't believe I've done a full playthrough of. Just to, I did it with Ryan, but, still, that I actually played through that whole game on the show. But basically, what we have to do here is we have to get to the bottom before time runs out. And the easiest way to do that is to go through flags to extend your time. So it's actually a pretty fun minigame. Like, the controls work just fine. It's straightforward to get points. There's forks in the road, so you can kind of choose where you want to go. And there's platforming. I mean, there are obstacles in the form of these annoying penguin mofos that just knock me back. And by the way, the penguins look suspiciously like Sergeant Bird. So we have a cameo from Agent 9 and Sergeant Bird in this level.
The key to riding the slide is staying on the slide. Would you like to try our peaceful slide again?
Why is he tilting his head like that? He looks like my cat. Anyways, my adorable little cat Gabe has a little head tilt problem because he had a couple surgeries and I guess one of the side effects of fixing up his hearing is that he now tilts his head because of the, mammals, their eardrums kind of act as a way to help orient. Like, that's what helps them know what the right side up for the head looks like. Might as well show off this pathway if I'm not going the long way. Yeah, so pretty straightforward platforming and obstacles as well. Even though I'm going at like light speed for some reason. So it's like, I don't think this minigame's all that terrible or all that annoying or frustrating. It's kind of annoying that the gravity in that part just kind of kept wanting to, and I feel like that was a Sonic 06 moment right there, like I couldn't clear that. So we're gonna try one more time, and I better be able to beat it this time, because this is an easy minigame. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. That's pretty much all there is to say about this minigame. I mean, you just ride down the hill, and you go between the flags, and... yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind if there was like a second round or something, where like you had to, I don't know, maybe collect a certain amount of trinket on the course. You know, I'd say make something like the Beetle Race from DKC or DK64, which is something I'll probably end up playing someday. Like, lots of people hate DK64 right now. Like, all of a sudden people decide they didn't like the game anymore, and it's just kind of weird. Like, I don't blame them, because that game has some really shitty minigames in it, but I still kind of liked it. And I say that, but actually trying to LP it for the show is gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. Because it's not exactly an easy game to Let's Play, let me tell you. I just disappeared.
Very impressive slide work. Here, I found this Dragonfly wandering around down here.
How did he get there?
Hey, it's cute.
Oh, there is a second challenge.
Would you like to try our peaceful slide again?
So I guess there is a second challenge, and I guess they get I just completely blocked it out of my mind. I guess subconsciously I did know. I don't know what the difference is. I know, my guess is that they just give you less time off the bat, so you gotta be more, careful about going through all the flags and stuff, so. Yeah, but fun minigame, straightforward, well designed. Like, there are a couple more slide minigames in Enter the Dragonfly, but none of them get as complicated as this, actually. This is the most complicated it gets. Alright, so we get a nice time boost by going up here, so definitely the route you want to take for the second round. It's gonna be a little trickier to get through these. And I don't know how anyone is expected to go through those two flags up there. Alright, we're running low on time, so better hope I can make it. Wow, I actually made it with about the same time. That's literally the same time as last time.
Very impressive slide work. Here, I found this Dragonfly wandering around down here.
It's literally the same. He says the same thing when he won the second time. Oh boy.
You can always come back to practice the slide if you like. We find it quite calming after a hard day of meditation. Would you like to try our peaceful slide again? Okay, come back anytime.
I like how they just continue to do poses. I don't know what you call those, mantras? I don't know. I don't know much about monk culture, I must admit. So, yeah, I don't know what you call that. Anyways, there are 3 levels left in Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly. So, I don't know, I guess we'll go start another one, because I'm still feeling up for it. I might need to take a quick break here or something. We'll see about that. Yeah, so we're done with this level. We're gonna head right on back to the Dragon Realms. The next couple levels are kind of spread out. Like, canonically, the next level we're supposed to go to is Honey Marsh. But that's all the way back over by Crop Circle Country for some reason. Like, you think that they'd be, you know, setting out, like, the tiers for the worlds and stuff within, like, different parts of the hub world, but they just kind of scatter them all around. So you end up kind of running back and forth a little bit. But anyways, I'm gonna go take a quick break here, and I'll be right back for us to pick up with some more Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. And having that thing in front of the camera is annoying, so I'm gonna move over here. Alright, I'll be right back. That's right, you alien assholes! I'm back! Just needed to go grab a little pick-me-up, because I was falling asleep. Used to having more caffeine than I had today, so... grabbed a quick cup, and it's right next to me, so... but regardless, we're back with more Spyro. Technically, this is in the middle of a part, so... we just finished off Monkey Monastery, so the next step on the chain, canonically, is Honey Marsh, which is all the way on the other side of the Dragon Realms, as I mentioned earlier. So it's like, you go over, you start here, you play Dragonfly Dojo, then you go all the way over there to play Crop Circle County and Luau Island, then you go back to the middle to play Cloud 9, then you go to the other area to play Monkey Monastery, then you come back to Honey Marsh, and then you go all the way back over for the last 2 levels. So it's like, what? I feel like they could have been a little bit more economical about where they put these levels, but instead, I spend a lot of time backtracking and running around this giant hub world, because it's, I don't know, I guess once you've collected everything, you see how empty it is. Like, have I gotten all the gems here yet? I feel like I really should have at this point. I'm missing 50, and I don't know what that means, because I should have gotten everything. Maybe I'll go show something off real quick, just for funsies. Because I discovered this while I was, because I don't know, got to turn my fucking timer back on, of course it did. Good thing I checked or we'd be screwed. I don't know, all the parts have been going a little longer than I would have liked anyway. But if you go over to this one, the corner sticking out, you just kind of keep going back and forth like this. You can see that Spyro is already halfway through it. I guess you just keep going straight up and down the same part. And now we are out of bounds. And we can swim wherever we want. So if we're gonna go find... if we're gonna go find those missing gems, this is the easiest way to do it. And I don't think the collision detection works. No, it does, I guess. I guess you're just not meant to jump up that high, but as you can see, we can... yeah, the world is our oyster now. And if you want, you can actually go fight the final boss early using this trick. Like, basically the moment you open that gate. Actually, I think there's a way to glitch through the gate. But still. This is definitely very beneficial if you want to speedrun this video game, so... yeah, I'll talk to this guy real quick. Or not. I guess I could try committing seppuku. Okay. And this is nothing new if you played the other Spyro games. By the way, you can see backface culling in action this way, which is basically where the backside of a piece of geometry, if it's facing the camera, will not render. So this is something that's common in the industry to do. And we are missing... Okay, I feel like something should be there, but I guess not. Alright, now we can get out of the water. Okay, that's kind of weird that it hasn't rendered that part of the level yet, but whatever. So that's next. I was hoping we could get a better bird's eye view on those missing gems we're after, but I don't know. I don't know where they would be, and the fact that... Oh, I know where they are. They're next to the Thieves' Den. We'll get them in a minute. Come on, Billy Bob. Okay, I don't know what happened.
Well, that should do it, Spyro. Hop aboard the raft and get ready for the Honey Moss Rapids.
Hi guys, I'm Tom Kenny, and I'm doing my hick voice.
Even Tom Kenny is having fun in this game. No, he was always kind of subtle in the last couple games, so it's kind of interesting to see him open up and go full-on cartoon. So, you know, I actually kind of appreciate that. So I think this will be the last level we do in this session. I'll just go ahead and wrap up Honey Marsh here, and then we'll stop for the day. And then we'll do the last couple levels and the final boss in the next session. That sounds good to me. But I hope you guys are ready for some more Tom Kenny tomfoolery. You guys see what I did there? But this level, Eric and I decided was the glitchiest in the game when we played this game on Zebros. But I guess you guys will see that in a second. Man, that frame rate just took a dump.
Welcome to Honey Marsh, Spyro. Them riptop critters have messed this here place up but good. I tells you what, I'll make you a deal as sweet as honey. There are some honey stills draining all the honey from Honey Marsh. You help us get rid of them, and any of them there dragonflies you're going on about that you find along the way, you can keep. Just keep that between us now, you hear?
Yeah, so... By the way, I love the fact that this is supposed to be like a honey fall, but it's not moving. And if you look out in the distance, you can indeed see that there's just a giant ocean of honey out here. This is a creative idea for a level, so don't get me wrong or anything, but it's just kind of like, eh. And speaking of Honey Marsh, if you've played the GBA Spyro games, chiefly Season of Ice, you might remember that there was indeed a level in that game called Honey Marsh. And the professor shows up there, and there are bees that attack you. You know, if you want my honest opinion, folks, I think I wouldn't used to have said this, but I think that Season of Ice is probably a lot worse than Enter the Dragonfly, even though it's technically, you know, this game's glitchier, you know? But, you know, Season of Ice is not super great, I've got to say. It's got some big issues with basically the camera and platforming, and Season of Flame and Attack of the Rhinox are both really good games, actually. Like, usually when people ask, I say that I consider Season of Flame the real Spyro 4, because it's like, you know, apart from the first three PlayStation games, I would consider Season of Flame probably the fourth best game in the series. So it's really good. I highly recommend it. And I'd love to play it for you guys sometime, but first we gotta play this game. By the way, that bee looks suspiciously like the bees from Honeycomb Speedway in Spyro 3. Like, you know, there's a... And speaking of which, that level looks suspiciously like Honey Marsh. It's, you know, it's the third speedway from Spyro 3 in the Evening Lake Hub world. And there's even a part where Haunter goes into a boat and goes down a river of honey with a sheep saucer chasing him, so... Yeah. So So this level, the idea had existed before. It's just another instance of Enter the Dragonfly aping off of Spyro 3. But it's when you consider the fact that virtually every Crash game that came out after Crash 3 felt the need to ape off of Crash 3 and like use the same music and all that stuff, and it's just like, compared to that, this game seems downright original. So, yeah. It is another, like, compared to the Crash GBA games, which were fine little 2D side-scrollers in their own right. I do appreciate how the Spyro games on GBA kind of did their own thing, but still felt like follow-ups to the first 3 games. Like, they still tried to keep continuity and stuff. Like, I feel like Season of Flame and Attack of the Rhinox are very underrated Spyro games, honestly. Like, this game, I understand why people don't like it, even though I personally get some enjoyment out of it, you know? But, you know, when it comes to the GBA games, I feel like people kind of write them off because they're isometric, you know what I mean? When, in my opinion, they're probably the best isometric games ever made. They're, at least out of what I've played, they're the best, so definitely worth playing if you have not checked those out before, but I digress. We're running out of time for this episode, ladies and gentlemen, so I will see you guys in the next episode. And hopefully I can, because the fucking alarm that goes off when the time is off is really annoying, so I'm going to end just a little bit early. Alright, see you guys next time.